My name's Michael and welcome to Tabletop-Infiltrator. Today's video is going to be a terrain showcase one. I've been buying terrain now for a few years now, slowly building up a decent enough collection to have a nice looking battlefield for my games of Warhammer 40k. We'll have a look at my battle mat, the individual pieces I have, and then we'll get it all together, set up and have a look at the entire board with everything there. Now my plan is to eventually film some battle reports. I've started doing some warm-up games at my local club, which is just down the road from me, and when I've got enough experience and confidence with the rule set, I'll get some models down on the table with a willing opponent and roll some dice. That's the plan anyway. So let's jump in and have a look at what I've got, starting with my battle map. I bought the map from gamemat.eu. Now I'm not sponsored by them, I don't have any affiliates or anything like that. I was just watching a YouTube battle report once and I saw it on there and I thought, yes, that is what I want. I will put a link to their website in the description below, as they do have a really wide range of mats and terrain, so it's definitely worth a look. The mat itself is 6x4. It's made from this neoprene mouse mat material. It rolls out nice and flat and is easy to store with the design printed on the top. And you can buy some ones which are double-sided as well. It's figure friendly, so if you drop any models, it'll help stop them from shattering and falling into bits. It's nice and soft, and it's also nice and quiet when rolling dice, so you haven't got that clattery sound that you get on some of the tiles that you can buy. The level of detail on it as well is brilliant. I really think it fits in well with the basing I've done on my models and with the rest of the scenery that I've bought. The map, you can see that it's got some, like, it almost looks like an ancient, like, deserty wasteland type of world, which is the rocks and dust and sand is beginning to cover the old, like, railway tracks and buildings that used to be there and the old pipework. So it's got a lot of detail and I really like it a lot. Moving on to the buildings, I bought everything I currently have from eBay, a seller called Bragg Miniatures. And again, I'm not sponsored, I haven't got an affiliate or anything like that. I just typed into eBay Warhammer 40k terrain and he came up and I clicked on it, and literally straight away I was like, yes, that is what I want. His terrain is absolutely brilliant. It's well built and sturdy. It's got loads and loads of detail and personality to each piece. And the colour scheme again goes really well with the mat and also with the basing on my models. Check him out on Instagram as well. I literally sat there for like an hour looking at the pictures he put up on there, and I was just blown away. I thought they were absolutely awesome. So looking at the pieces themselves, starting with this ruined industrial complex, this little building, it's absolutely brilliant. You can see the little details that we've got on here, the barrel, we've got some pipe work, and then we've also got some sandbags that have been put here on the outside, and just the colour and the paintwork is really, really nice. And I think these parts actually come from a Games Workshop model, scenery set, but the basing is brilliant, the colouring is all brilliant and just ties in really nicely. Yeah, and I really like it. And you've got this single tiered section, L shape, with some windows in it, and then it does give you some line of sight blocking terrain here as well, because there's no windows on that piece. Next is my little like shrine church like complex sort of thing. Again, it's got some personalisation on here with the broken Rock Creek barricades here, some inside the floor in it looks like, and some barrel work, and then you can see the Gothic effect that we've got on here on the windows, and then we've got what looks like Imperial tank traps, which are set up here on the outside, and then you've got some crumbling masonry, and again that airbrush, it looks like it's airbrushed greyish colour on there, making it look like it was some sort of church or something like that. And then my last small piece, it looks like it's one of those like prefabricated fortifications, something like that. So it's brought down from orbit and it's set up as a quick built defensive line. You can see here that it's just like some barricades that have been set up. And then again, you've got some personalization with some barrels here, which have got some gunshot holes in them and some ammo cases. And then around the front you can see the structure, the supports on it that are holding it up, and the colour scheme is all nicely matching. Again, another barrel there, and then you've got some nice sandbags that have been built up here on the front. And again, you can see all the coloration and the basing that's been on there. It's really nice. So here we have one of my bigger pieces. Again, it's all the pieces are based, so they're on this nice base which has been sprayed up and it's been added. All this fallen masonry and bits and pieces has been added on there. Again, you've got some barricades, Rock Creek barricades here with some damage from incoming rounds. You've got a little bit of detail here with the reinforced bar that goes through the middle. Some really nice detail in here on the building itself, especially with these inlaid skulls. And again, I think this is a Games Workshop model terrain that's been used as the base. And then again, when we get to the inside of the building, you've got fallen masonry and bits and pieces and the floor that's been damaged. And then again, you've got some really nice looking sandbags. Looks like they've been erected on this side of the building to stop incoming waves of enemy forces trying to break through into the building itself. So again, yeah, really nice, and like that one. Moving on to one of my most favourite pieces, and I just bought this a couple of months ago. This looks like a holy site or a church or something like that that's been blown up. And again, there's loads of detail, there's loads of bits and pieces that going on here, loads of personality. So we've got like an impact crater here with some blown out barrels. We've got some columns here with some lighting going onto the main structure. Again, some barricades that have been built up or piled up here, or someone's tried to repair them. And then moving into the building itself, you've got a really nice decorative floor that's been blown up and some columns which have collapsed or been destroyed. The doors here open up so we can do that. And again, it looks like someone's tried to pile up some terrain here to help with some cover. Really nice, and makes a really nice feature on the board. Next up, I've got this, again, another large piece of scenery. So I've got 4 in total of these big ones and 3 small ones. It's a single floor blown out building. Again, loads of detail going on here. We've got fallen masonry, some sandbags built up. You see the detail in here on the actual GW kit, which is really nice. And then again, when we see on here, cracks have been blown through. We've got the little bits on here, the colours really matching the base, some sandbags, another barrel. Then moving around the front, we've got the door that's been blown off and raised up against the side there, and some piled up skulls. So this piece is really nice because it covers a large area. It is almost an L shape here. So you've got some line of sight blocking areas because there's no windows, but you have got 1 or 2. And then moving around here, depending on where it's located on the board, there are some zones where you can shoot in and out of it. So there is line of sight blocking, and there's some potential line of sight that you can gain depending on the angles of where it's placed on the board. But yeah, I really like this, and this is one of the first ones I bought. And then lastly, for my big pieces, we've got this blown out manufactorium. You can see the Adaptus Mechanicus skulls there on the front, on the walls. Again, some personalisation with the barrels and the broken scenery and the door. And then you've also got, moving around to the back of the inside, we've got some pipe work here as well, and some old generators, it looks like they've been blown out. And again, some sandbags. And I like the fact that you've got 2 tiers on this. It gives you a little bit of height, line of sight, and it also gives the battlefield a little bit of height as well, so it's not just on one flat terrain. So that's my battle mat and scenery. Let's have a look at the board fully set up. And here it is. Now I've used the GW minimum board measurement, so marked it off with some Imperial barricades. You can buy the mats, the minimum size now, but whatever suits you. I like the 6x4 as the little bit space at the end you've got is handy for like models and dice and rule books. I've placed the pieces quite symmetrically so as to give each player equal amounts of cover and line of sight blocking features. I also bought some lichen and some modelling aggregate from my local hobby store, and also picked up some small stones from the beach, and used all this to blend in the scenery with the map, and I'm pretty happy with how it looks out, how it's turned out. This is the first time I've ever put a scenic board together, and I'm literally so happy with the results. Like, I would honestly love to play a game of 40k on this board right now, and I'm going to leave it in place and see if one of my mates can come round and play on it, because I just love it. I think it's great. The colours from the scenery all match the board, the stones match in with the scenery as well, and the lichen and the aggregate. So yeah, like really happy with how it's turned out. So that's my map, my scenery and my board all set up and shown off. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Is there anything you'd add to it or take away? Are there any other suppliers of terrain that you know that you can make me aware of? It'd be really great to get your ideas. Like I said, I am so happy with how this terrain has come out. Like I said, it's the first time I've ever done it, and it looks fantastic. I'm staring at it now. It's where my camera's set up. And if you want to come, if you want to play a game of 40k, let me know in the comments section, and we'll arrange something, because I want to roll some dice on this table. Great, so cool. If you've liked the video, consider giving me a thumbs up, and if you haven't, a thumbs down. And if you want to support the channel, hit that subscribe button down there in the corner. Switch on notifications so you never miss a video. All this really does help the channel grow. And I'll hopefully see you next time.